What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Evan and I have been trading futures for 6 months. And in this video, I'm going to share the exact amount of money that I've spent on evals, prop firm challenges, and funded accounts, resets, as well as how much I've taken out in payouts. And I'm just going to go back to when I first started, which was in November of 2025, and just kind of go through each month and how much I've spent and how much I've taken out. And I want to make this video because I think there is a notion or an idea that when you first start trading, you are going to be massively unprofitable for the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's a lot of times what people will say, and that hasn't been the case for me, to be honest. No, I'm not making a shit ton of money. I'm not making life-changing money or anything like that right now, but I have taken out more than I've spent, and I think that is something to be proud of and feel good about, which I do. And so I think I'm just gonna go through month by month, and you can kind of see what a realistic expectation would be. And I also want to say I mostly trade with Apex. When I first started trading, Apex was the first prop firm that I found, and I still have kind of stuck with them. I really like Apex. I think that it's just a really low barrier to entry, low cost to entry. Their evaluations are the cheapest. I really love their new accounts. They have end-of-day accounts now. But yeah, so most of the stuff that you are going to see are all Apex evals, Apex funded accounts. I did, there was a period where I was trading with Tradeify, but you'll see that in the document as well. So let's just jump back to November 20th, 2025. That is when I bought my first eval for $33. And I say 6 months of trading because I really, as you can see, started trading in December, truly started trading in December. And you can see I spent a lot of money this month on evals and resets. I was going crazy. When I first started, I was mostly trading the metals and platinum specifically, which is hilarious because I don't even really trade it now. But yeah, so you can see I spent a lot of money on evals and resets. I did get funded, actually, technically my second month, but I paid for when I passed one of these evals that I reset. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 evals, passed one. And then more resets, and I also passed a second funded account at the end of the month to start the year, which is kind of nice. But all in all, 2024 down $717. So that's just money out of my pocket. I did not get any payouts this first month. But yeah, let's just keep going on. January, again, a lot of evals. I don't have marked when I blew accounts or anything like that, but I definitely blew these accounts. I don't have these anymore. Funny enough, one of these funded accounts that I passed, I'm not sure which one, I still actually trade. One of these January funded accounts I still have to this day. That's my main account where I've taken some payouts, which you'll see later. But January minus 540. So, we're already in the hole, about $1,300 here. A lot of evals, a lot of just blowing evals, going through evals. I do think that is a big part of starting out. You're just going to do it. It's going to happen. You're going to blow evals. You're going to blow funded accounts. And it's just part of the game. February is when I took my first payout. Just about 3 months in, which is pretty impressive. I think a lot of people don't see this this early. And this was actually a Tradeify. This was from this Tradeify eval that I bought in the beginning of February. It's the one that I took the payout from. Only 7 days later. Tradeify accounts are really great. They have you pass the eval, and then they have different flex options, and they have daily payouts, which is really cool. I did blow this account basically right after I took the payout. But yeah, and you can even see, the thing about the Tradeify evals is it's just more money up front, but then you don't have to pay for an activation fee. So there's pros and cons. There's so many prop firms that you can trade from, and there's not necessarily a right one. I think you just have to figure out what works for you. But yes, I did have my first payout, but again, I bought a lot of TradeZella evals, and they're definitely more expensive. So spent more than I gained this month. So down 916. I'm gonna keep track. So 916 minus, let's see, minus 540 minus 717. So yeah, so at the end of February, even with this payout, I was about 2.1 grand in the hole already. And but again, finding some early success really just made me kind of keep pushing forward and keep pushing on. All right, March. I reined it in a little bit. I only bought one eval, so minus 111 on March. You'll see the months after this are kind of like this. I try not to buy a whole lot of evals, and I try to just keep the funded accounts that I do have alive. And I think, especially if you can take multiple payouts from accounts, that's definitely good, because I think it just builds the confidence, and it builds, it's nice to have a buffer in an account that you can just kind of like, take regular payouts from. That's kind of what I'm doing now. All right, March, minus 111. April. It's my first green month. I bought 4 evals, and I took 2 payouts from that one account in January. These were both from the same account. So this month I was actually in the green, 3,800, which brings my total to around, in the green, $1,500. And that's 4 months in? So yeah, that's pretty, 5 months in. That's pretty good. I felt, I think when those $2,000, those max payouts hit my bank account, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. I can actually make money from this, which was really cool. And so I was already in the green this month. Yeah. And then May went a little, I was like, all right, I got some payouts. Let me just put some more, put more into what's working. So I got more evals, as you can see, funded accounts as well. So basically if you buy an eval and then you buy the eval for 35, these were the end of day drawdowns, so they're a little bit more expensive than the 25, but they're easier to pass, I think. You pass them, and then you do have to pay the funded account. That's what the green is. I did take one payout this month, which brought my May to up 1,100. So yeah, I have the grand total at the end, but I'm just doing this. So at this point, up 2,700-ish. And then June, this month, I'm filming this on June 11th, I took a $1,400 payout from Apex to start the month. And then I did buy 5 evals. They have bundles now, so I can just buy them all together, which is really nice, for $200. Anytime I take a payout, I try to all right, let me put some back in, because my ultimate goal is to be copy trading multiple accounts, taking multiple payouts from multiple funded accounts. So that's my goal. But yeah, so my total P&L on prop firms as of, actually let me change this. Oh, I can't, it's PDF. As of 6/11, that should say, because this is including the $200 that I spent, but is $4 grand. And I look at this and I'm like, damn, that ain't shit. But honestly, I have taken more money out than I put in evals and funded accounts, which I think is something that I'm proud of, and kind of just is proof of concept for me, right? It kind of builds that confidence that, okay, I can now it's just scaling it for me, right? And I also do want to talk about education a little bit here as well. I don't know if it is lower here. Yeah, it's over here too. So this number that you see, this 4,000, is just from accounts and money that I've taken out. Trading wise, I have also spent money on education and training and tools, right? So, and I have that broken down here. So I have my trade copier, $150. TradeZella, which is the platform that I use to journal, $400. And then I also I have a mentor, I have a coach. So I pay him $400 each month, and that to me is just invaluable. Like it's almost like I'm in school, right? I have someone that I'm able to bounce ideas off of, and we go through my trades every week. And yeah, it's just super valuable, man. It truly is priceless. But I didn't include the training stuff just because it's separate. I feel it like it's separate, right? Because I kind of feel like I'm a student. I'm in school. I'm learning this craft, right, of trading. So this, to me, all of this stuff is just invaluable. And then I also have monthly membership to ASFX TV. Currently, they live stream every day. They do giveaways. I really love those guys. I also went to their boot camp, which was amazing. It was in person in Florida, so I flew out. I have the flight on here and stuff like that too. I think including this stuff, I'm most likely, I didn't do the math on it, but I think I'm basically break even or maybe a little in the green. If I'm including like my flight and all that stuff too, right? So, yeah, I mean, TradeZella is a no-brainer. Like, if you're gonna have any of this on here, coach. I think a coach is great. I think it shortens, it's shortened my learning curve, right? I want to do this as fast as I can, but also, of course, like I do trade from that long-term mindset, zooming out and really seeing the long-term potential of trading for me. So. But yeah, TradeZella is like a no-brainer as well. Like it keeps track of all my trades, all my accounts. I can go in there, see my, daily P&L, my weekly P&L, my monthly P&L, and then also, it gives you really cool stats. Like it's like, okay, Mondays you mostly lose, so maybe don't trade on those Mondays, right? So it's really cool. I think it's a great way to just keep track of what you're doing and keep track of what's working. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it for my little rundown of my accounts and how much I've made and how much I've paid. But yeah, thank you if you watched this far. Thank you so much. And there's going to be a lot more content on this channel. I'm going to do weekly recaps of my trades, so I'm going to be posting once a week, and that will just be me going over the trades I take in the week, right? So I'll go through each day the trades I took. I typically only trade at max twice a day, 2 trades. So I'm going to go over each of those trades that I take, and then I'm also going to go over the ideal trade of each session, right? So like what I'm looking for and how I trade. I'll go through my markups and stuff like that to hopefully give you guys some insight on what's working for me. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got, man. But thank you so much for watching if you watched this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.